Hi everybody, welcome back to week 7 of our trainee director course. We're nearing the halfway point. How do you guys think it's going so far? How many of you have got your goal set in your mind of what you wanted to achieve from this and achieve from Scentsy in this year? Is this goal working for you? Is it pushing you on? If it isn't, go back, come up with another goal. If you are not keeping your goal in your mind all of the time, make sure that you can just, go put it on the fridge, go put it on the mirror or something like that, because if we've got a goal and we can aim for it, we're much more likely to succeed. And I do really want to see some of you guys hit director before your conventions. You know that if you hit director before your convention, Scott and I will reimburse you for the cost of your personal ticket. So that's anything up to what, £150 or nearly $200. So I think that is a nice incentive to go for it. Secondly, you will get to walk the stage as well as directors, and you will also get to come to the special director training as well, which is happening before all of the conventions. So seriously guys, really keep cranking for it. We have at least 13 weeks left to go for this. Because of when our conventions fall, we do actually have a couple of extra weeks grace as well. So Australians, you need to be hitting director for the end of July. And for the UK and Irish guys, you kind of need to be aiming to get it for mid-July. So let's crank it. Okay, we need to do some shout outs. Cheryl, well done so far in the direct training group. You have the top sales. I know you've had some really good parties. Natasha has the most active frontline. Active frontline is extremely important. That is an indicator of how much you are actually going to get paid. The more active frontline you have, so the wider your group, firstly, the better you'll get paid. Secondly, the easier it is for you to become a director as well, because you're spreading the workload and you're not just expecting 8 levels down under one person to do all the work, which is extremely difficult to manage. So well done, Natasha, 5 active frontline already. There are no new recruits in the group. This is disappointing, only because you guys want to become directors, and that means you need to build teams and you need your team to be building teams. So over the next couple of weeks, really try and individually go to each member of your team and talk to them about how to build a team. And we all know that really the key to building a team is quite simply speak to everybody, offer people the opportunity, go for no, be positive, and that's pretty much it. Now, we did record a video for you guys last week on recruiting. It's still not up. We seem to be having major problems getting the video from the telephone to the computer, and then from the computer into YouTube. It seems that the size of the file is so extreme that it would take up half a century to upload. But bear with us. Our pearls of wisdom will be up eventually. So guys, talk to your team about recruiting, because this is going to be a team effort. Help them to gain their next promotion. So if they've hit certified consultant, get them to be adding on to a team and get them cranking to become lead consultants. They become lead consultants, you should become a star consultant. If you're already a star consultant, get them adding more to their team. You need to be pushing for superstar consultant. You need to be hitting it for the end of April. Really need to now kind of just go rah and get going. Okie dokie. So week 7, what are we talking about? We are talking about walking the talk. Now, I always thought you had to walk the walk, but you don't. According to Mary, the actual saying is walk the talk. And what she's trying to tell us all is that people follow their leaders. They are not going to do anything that we don't already do. So I'm asking you guys to get out there and talk to your team about recruiting, and get recruiting yourself, and get motivated and have goals. And you guys know that Scott and I already do this. You know that we recruit consistently and strongly every single month. We do this because we appreciate that we need to be continually adding to our business. Why? It's not because you guys aren't wonderful, because you guys are. You're our future leaders. It's because there are many other people that just kind of want this as a hobby, and they will come and go. And in order to guarantee a steady wage, you need to be constantly adding new people. So, walking the walk. How can we do this? Well, as I've already said, we need to be sharing things with you. So when Scott and I share our successes with you, when we let you know that we're off to Greece or that we've won that annual mentor award or other things, it's not because we're kind of going, hey, look at us, everybody. It's actually because we're kind of saying, hey, two normal people just had a baby, also got a teenager, you know, stressful lives and all the rest of it, but we're still managing to achieve. And I know you guys all work really, really hard. And I know you have jobs. And I know some of you work horrible shift hours. And I know some of you are mummies with babies that are teething and growing and giving you lots of sleepless nights. I know that everybody has these different stresses in their life, which can really get in the way of us achieving our ultimate goal, which is to build financial freedom through our Scentsy business and be able to spend oodles of time with our family, friends, and doing what we love. So we really appreciate this. And Scott and I hope that we've shown you that two average, ordinary people have come in and are building a business. We haven't built it, we're building it. It's always an ongoing thing. Scott and I had no direct sales experience previously. We'd seen a lot of other direct sellers. We'd seen some successful and some not so successful. So we had an idea how it worked. We certainly didn't think that this would be an easy get rich quick scheme. We've heard of lots of them before and lots since, and we actually avoid them like the plague because there's no such thing as getting rich quick. And if you do, you've normally done it by treading on somebody else. So, you know, not only are Scott and I trying to show you guys that you can achieve this with all the things that go on in life, but we're also trying to show you that you should always be good and fair and nice people as well. And I think that is really reflected because I genuinely think that people build teams that are like themselves. And I think our team is fun, helpful, slightly crazy, and just wants to succeed. In the main, that's what we've got on the team. Anybody that joins us that kind of isn't like that doesn't kind of really stay around. So you guys are the cream of the crop, and you guys need to be walking the walk and showing your team how it's done. Ways to do that. Mary's given us some hints and tips, which I put in my notebook. You see, I have my little notebook. One of the things I do in order to be able to survive day to day and get my jobs done. Mary's advising that you guys separate your work, Scentsy, and your home life, which would be anything else that you do. She says have 2 calendars because then you can spot if you're becoming overloaded in one particular area. She says you should dedicate at least half of your time to fun activities with the family and other stuff. So you are not supposed to be putting everything above your family, okay? So she says separate and create that work-life balance and do it as soon as you possibly can. Scott and I, before we had baby Thea, would have had a very skewed work-life balance. It's just not possible for me to put in the hours that I used to do anymore, physically or mentally, or mainly because of Thea. So I have gone on to the second thing, which is work decent hours. So I have about an hour in the morning where I do, Thea's out with Daddy at the moment, but normally she's asleep. I get my work done. I'll answer some emails, probably chat to some of you guys, might do a Skype, might make a video. Has to be something I can fit in to my 1 hour. I then don't really do any more Scentsy work until about 8 o'clock at night. I hope it's 8 if Thea goes down. And then I'll work from 8 to 10 or maybe 8 to 11. And that's it. That's all I can do now. And I've had to get organised and tailor my work back. So one of the things that we have sorted is a list of director responsibilities. So that's going to be going up on the page soon. So separate your work and your playtime, and work regular hours. So try and be consistent in the hours that you put in. Little and often. Remember, we talk about consistency. So doing something every day to grow your business, whether it be half an hour, whatever, but be consistent. You certainly can't come in and work this every Saturday morning and hope that it's going to take off, because it won't. Have your goals in front of you. I touched on that earlier, didn't I, about the importance. I've got my goals on my fridge, and I've also got my statement as well, which says how committed, my commitment statement. Did any of you do one? I think Natasha did one, and it was lovely. But commitment statement, you have to commit to this process. It's not easy, but it is doable, and when you guys hit director, it will be sustainable as well, because we're not going to teach you how to build a business that goes up like a rocket and then we're going to teach you how to build a business that will continue to grow if you follow the simple steps, and will give you regulated income, which is really important. So set those goals and get them in front of you, and if they are not inspiring you and not making you kind of go weak at the knees, then go and get some more goals. I know some of you that the goal was to get the incentive trip. Well, I hope you've got a new goal now, and I hope at some point that your directorship will feature in that goal. And remember, no longer than 12 months on a goal. Okay. You need to project success. Now, I love this because Mary talks about, turning up suited and booted and looking all gorgeous and glamorous. And here's me, with my, luckily it is washed today, but slightly unbrushed, tatty hair look. And, yes, I agree. You do need to project success. And when we go out to an event, I do smarten up. And when I go to a party, I do have my kind of Scentsy party wear, which is my lovely purple shirt and stuff. Scentsy colours, yay! You do, but the other thing is, in your life, on your Facebook, in your social media, in all your aspects, you need to project success. You do this by sharing aspects of your Scentsy business that make you happy. So we've shared the fact that we're off to Greece and everybody's, really jealous. And why do you do this? Why do you project success? Because people want to follow you. If you're constantly projecting that Scentsy is really hard work, no one's going to want to join you. If you're constantly projecting that everybody's bitchy and horrible and effing this and all the rest of it, my effing customers or whatever it is, all over the place, no one's going to want to buy from you. If you moan that it's such a slog to go out and do a party, no one's going to want to book a party. So share the fun bits. Like, I'll take pictures of my my people's parties, and I'll put them up and say, had totally good fun with like Patricia or whatever. Drip, drip, drip. These things get through to people. I've had a lady join yesterday who said, I've been watching your Facebook page for a while now, and then I tuned into your YouTube. So it does work. And if I'd have had an off day and posted something horrible or negative, I could have switched her off like that. It's clearly taken months to get her to even think of contacting us, but the slightest thing. So projecting success, and projecting it in such a way that it's positive without being boastful, and most importantly, that you project it in such a way that people don't hero worship you and think, there's Alexandra, and she is so amazing at doing this, but at the end of the day, she's really intelligent or absolutely gorgeous, or she's this or she's that, and that's the reason why we're able to do it. If you make it seem that you are somehow exalted and special, then again, people will think, well, she can do that, but I can't do that. And that simply isn't true. If you work consistently, and you think outside the box, and you take all the help that you can get, you should succeed at this business. It's as simple as that. So those are pretty much it. So that is really about walking the walk. Whoops, my thing came up there. Walk the talk, as Mary says. Just be the leader that you would like us to be. You know, be inspiring to other people. Scott and I do genuinely always try to be the best leaders that we can be for you guys. It is difficult, and I don't say that being in the director position isn't difficult. It is at times, because you often only hear when you've done something wrong or when somebody's unhappy. But you have to remember as well, bringing other people on is incredibly rewarding. Watching you guys grow for us is incredibly rewarding. It is an absolute pleasure of the job. So be inspiring leaders. You are not currently holding director titles. That does not mean that you cannot behave like directors. We touched on those director behaviours before. Don't pass things down to your team. Don't pass things across. Don't bitch about people. Don't put negativity all over Facebook. Walk the walk or walk the talk. I'm still going to go with walk the walk. When Scott and I came into this business, we knew from the very first day that we wanted to be superstar directors. And that's where we're going. We are going all the way to the top. Why? Because we want that financial freedom. And we love doing what we do. So we've always behaved as if we're going all the way to the top. And we've always tried to behave like directors. We've always tried to take on the responsibility for training our team and doing other things and not leave it to other people. And you guys, one of the best things you can do is immediately switch that mindset. And I would say that, to be honest, all of you on this course have that mindset that you are directors. You behave like directors. You do the things that directors do. Keep on doing those things, because just because you don't hold the title, there is absolutely nothing wrong with, behaving in that fashion, because the title will follow. That it stands to reason. Keep on doing what you're doing and the title will follow. So pretty much that's it for me. It's a short and sweet chat around chapter 7. Please read chapter 8. Guys, please get those weekly updates to me. I have already told you I love reading them. If any of you want to have a chat on the telephone, I do get my free calls to you guys. So book in and we can do, half-hour mentoring session. I do love to hear about your personal lives as well. So, we can chat too afterwards. Mentoring sessions are great though. I find that we can kind of really get through an awful lot. So I'm really happy to talk on the phone. We do have the Skype, and I've now have this thing called FaceTime on my new Mac. So if you prefer to do that, give me a shout. I love the telephone because I can do that when I'm in the car and other things, whereas the Mac does tie me down to very specific times, so it is a bit more difficult. But I'm here to help you. Scott's here to help you. Keep on doing what you're doing. And keep pushing for those promotions. We're almost halfway through the month. Sales are absolutely rocketing this month. It's really amazing to see. Things are really, really taking off in your country. So thank you for everything, guys. And I really hope this video gets to you on Monday, the 14th of April at some point. I really hope so. So bye for now, guys, and I will chat to you soon. Bye.